see what Claudius did today. What did he do? Did he wrap the angel? I think he wanted to wrap the tree, but the tree was way too big. So we wrapped the angel. See, that's not nice. Let's get your cookies. Okay, come here. Just sit. Oh. Yummy Scooby snacks. So I'm on my way to Sam's to go get stuff for my Christmas Eve party, like hors d'oeuvres and stuff that I always have. And my sister has a Sam's card, and she lives about an hour away, but she's over here for training. So we were gonna go to Sam's on our lunch break. And she texts me, like, we're supposed to meet in an hour, and she texts me, she's like, oh, they let us out of class early. Can you meet me now? Because she has to go back to work. And I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I'm not upset. Like, I'm glad she lets me use her Sam's card or whatever. I'm just like, you guys talked about yesterday, I'm very OCD. Like, literally diagnosed with it. My issue is, like, I can't just leave my house. Like, am I like shooting the ceiling? I can't just leave my house. It is a whole frigging process, which involves counting, like, how many times I lock things, rechecking things 3 times. And then the big thing is, I was mid trying to curl my hair, so the back of my hair is curled. And so I had to literally check that over and over and over again, because I was so worried, because I was running out the door, and even though I had unplugged it, that it was getting too hot, like it would start a fire. I'm a mental case, y'all. Like, so now I'm just like, oh, like I'm not good with last minute stuff. I know I get so freaked out and stressed out. I'm just like bad anxiety, and the curling iron thing really stresses me out, because I have this fear. I'm gonna go. Nobody's going. This fear of, like, fire, and it only got worse when I've told you guys about the PTSD I had and involved the fire. So that didn't help my anxiety about fire. So now I think everything's gonna catch fire. Just, yeah. So my curling iron thing was stressing me out, and there's not an entrance ramp over here. Oh my god, I hate construction. I'm just so stressed out about, like, not running over on her lunch break or whatever, and being able to get what we need, not forgetting something, because she's having a surgery next week, and she's not gonna be able to, like, do anything until, like, Christmas. So I feel like I'm shooting the ceiling, and if I am, I'm sorry. I brought my GoPro because it's more, well, 1, it was charged up and it was the first thing I found, but 2, I used it this morning because I was going to take it to Sam's because it's more discreet than a video camcorder, and I'm not that ballsy yet to walk around with a whole, like, camcorder thing, and so I just really hope that I'm getting my face at least. I see it keep, like, tilting up because I'm not paying attention to the camera. Why are you stopping on the freeway, lady? Oh my god, people shouldn't be allowed to drive. Alright, I'm getting on the freeway, so I'm gonna get off here. Bye! Okay, we're at Sam's. We're getting stuff for the party. How many Cokes you can buy? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of fucking soda. What else? That's everything we have, right? At least it's not really crowded in here, so only a few people are looking at me like I'm crazy. But yeah. You want to say hi to all my subscribers?
No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. She's in her uniform. That's probably not a good idea. Alright. Well, that sounds even more mysterious. My sister's very mysterious. Alright. Bye. Okay, so I'm so sad right now. I just, I was driving back from Sam's, and there was a dog's body on the side of the road, and anytime, y'all might think it's creepy, but anytime I see something like that, I always stop and make sure that the animal's actually dead, because, like, if that dog hadn't been dead, I would have put it in my car and taken it to my vet's to try to save its life, because I just don't. Or if it was beyond saving, at least have it, like, let it be put to sleep in a humane way instead of slowly dying on the side of the freeway. But it was dead. So I just think it's like if I ever hit a dog, I hope to God I never do, because I would be so upset. But if I ever hit a dog, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to live with myself. I know it probably wasn't the driver's fault. It was on a freeway, which I don't know why a little baby was on the freeway, but it was. I just don't have. I love animals so much. It's so hard to see things like that. Like, ugh. I was hoping when I pulled over, because it wasn't bloated yet, that maybe he would be alive. And yeah. So that was really depressing. It made me cry. And just, I feel bad. I wish all animals had a home and they weren't wandering the streets. And like, what if that was someone's pet that got out? It's just so sad. Anyway, I felt the need to vlog that. Okay, so I went and I curled my hair because I realized, like, I was looking back on my phone, like, of my footage from today, and my hair looks so scraggly and bad, but I haven't shampooed it in like 4 days. And if you're like, oh God, that's disgusting, then like, I dry shampoo it. Like, it's not gross, but the more you shampoo it, the more your hair makes oil naturally. And if you switch to like not shampooing it as much, it damages your hair less, and your hair gets used to it and stops making as much oils. Also, because I do bleach out my hair to get this platinum blonde, it does get damaged. On top of that, I'm having hair loss from getting a keratin treatment. And I've always shed a lot, so I'm trying to be very careful with my hair, especially until my hair repairs itself from breaking from the keratin. So yeah, I realized my hair is like a hot mess, so I put my curling iron on really low heat and just kind of curled it, because my hair looked so scraggly this morning and so awful. And yeah, I might shampoo it tomorrow. I try to wait till 5 days, but I don't know, we'll see. So my friend called, and at first I was all excited because he was like, do you guys want to go to a movie tonight? Because he had like a free pass to go see like a movie. You know, sometimes they do free screenings. And I was like, yeah, we'll go, because him and his wife couldn't go. So I was like, yeah, we'll go. And then I realized, like, this morning I made an appointment for my cycle day 21 blood work at my OBGYN's. Tomorrow, my OBGYN, it takes me like an hour to get there. And it's early in the morning, so I have to get up at like 5 a.m. I was like, never mind. And he was like, but the movie's only at 8. And I was like, well, yeah, but you guys with fibro know, like, you might go to bed at midnight, but you've been in bed since 9. So the later I go to bed and lay there, the later it will be before I fall asleep. So I was like, well, we'll see them Saturday, though. We're going to go look at Christmas lights with them. It's my friend Lewis. I filmed with him before. And let's see. So I wasn't going to make cookies that I was going to do today, because I thought we were going to go do that. But it's only 2:20. So I'm like, I'm going to make the cookies today after all. So I had to clean up my kitchen and do some, kitchen, and do some dishes from yesterday. And then I'm going to start making sugar cookies. I need to do like a test run of my homemade royal icing. I haven't made it in a while, because Christmas Eve, I set up like a cookie decorating station for my 2 nieces and nephew. And last year I spent like $20 on this icing in a can, and it didn't even taste good and it didn't even harden. So this year I want them to use kind of like a royal icing. And my niece is older, so I think she'll be able to squeeze the pipe bag. My other niece is like about to be 14, so she'll be fine. But yeah. So I'm going to do a test run on this royal icing recipe I found. Usually, if you don't know, royal icing has some sort of egg whites, processed egg whites. You can buy like a Wilton can of stuff, but I found a recipe that doesn't call for any egg whites. It's kind of like a sugar glaze, like you would just do with powdered sugar. So I'm going to try it. Hopefully, it turns out okay, because I just really don't want to use any egg in it. Yeah. Especially because the kids like lick their fingers, and if I have to use any kind of, like, even though it's like pasteurized or whatever. I'm just not comfortable with it. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I started making, it's a very small batch of sugar cookie dough. I'm just doing the testing stuff we talked about. Some tips when you're doing cut out stuff, which 2 of these things I didn't do and I forgot, so my cookies might space out. And these are things I picked up when I was a pastry chef. And when I did my own cake company, I did like pies and stuff like that, orders for that stuff, but just my cake sold more. Joke. You want to have, this is the same thing for cakes. You want to have your eggs at room temperature, so you want to pull them out a good hour or 2 before, depending on how cold your fridge is. You also want to have your butter soften, but be sure it's not melted. That is a big thing. Another big thing is you want to use parchment paper to line your pans. That sometimes will absorb the extra oils and help keep your shapes together. 1, I forgot to take the eggs out. 2, I am out of parchment paper, so I'm not going to put it on foil. I might put it directly on this, I don't know. I hate scrubbing pans though. Anyway, so I'm going to try it with these 3 cookie cutters. Like get it ready, just test it. And this is for my royal icing. Also, I forgot to mention, I popped mine in the oven, and the freezer, like the pan and everything, for about 10 minutes. Or you can chill them in your fridge for about an hour. I've put the leftover dough just here in the fridge. I just made a few, watch out Ralph, a few of those. Because these don't have to be perfect, I didn't do this, and I might regret this. Well, I did regret it trying to scoop it up. But another thing is, like, you want to rest your dough in the fridge for about an hour and let it get very firm before you roll it out and cut them. Otherwise, the butter inside the sugar cookie will start melting as you're working with it, and you won't be able to pull your cutout up. So you want to give it an hour to chill in the fridge, just the dough itself, roll it out, work with it as fast as possible, and then pop that in the freezer for 10 minutes just to make sure that they kind of hold their shape. And disclaimer, these could just look awful because I didn't do half the things I was supposed to do. I'm just more worried about experimenting with the royal icing today. So yeah, I'm gonna make that, but I have to wait till the cookies are like completely cool. So I'm just gonna let that cook. I think my oven needs to be like recalibrated because it's a gas oven, and these 2 came out okay. A little brown around the edges, and these were all in there for 8 minutes. These 2, I mean, they're not burnt, but they're very brown. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just do gingerbread men for the kids. These snowmen are so little, worried they'll burn easy. Check underneath. Yeah, they're not burnt underneath. They brown really fast. I think my oven's a little off. I'm gonna bump it down for the rest. But those are just the shapes. I can't believe they held their shape after I did everything wrong. But yep, that's this tips you can have. I know my friend texted me the other day, and she was like, Heather, oh my god, like my cookies are so ugly. What can I do? But I think parchment paper also would have helped with the way it cooked. Like cooked more evenly. I don't know why those. I think my oven's temperature is a little off, but yeah. I swear I can make better cookies. I'm just not really trying. I just want to give y'all some tips for keeping their shape, because that seems to be the one thing people, like my friends, ask me a lot. Like I think last year, one of my friends asked me, because they sent me a picture of their gingerbread men, and their gingerbread men had turned into these like giant balls with like lumps on the edges. So that's just what you can do to keep the shape. As you can see, the shape kept, but as for like my oven temperature, I gotta work with that because this is not good. Okay, I gotta let my cookies cool all the way. I readjusted my oven, as you can see. These aren't burnt, they're just a little more golden than I like, or yeah, this is how I like them to be. So I readjusted the oven, and they were turning out better. And it's really dark outside already. This is like rainy. It looks like it's gonna be rainy weather And these babies have been asleep. And I'm really tired. I try not to nap, but I think I'm going to. I shouldn't have said anything. Now Amber's getting up. I have to supervise him to make sure Ralph doesn't eat Christmas stuff or like something off the tree or do something that will hurt him. It's kind of like having a toddler. So when he naps on days where I do a lot of stuff, like today I did a lot of stuff and I'm just like, ugh. I try to get a nap, but now Amber's up. Hopefully she'll go lay back down. We'll see. Okay, now I'm gonna cut up some veggies for veggie quesadillas. I'm gonna use my new little Mini Prep Plus food processor my brother gave me for my birthday. It was such a surprise. Like he mailed it to me from Amazon and I was like, I didn't order anything from Amazon, did I? And Justin's like, did you? I'm like, I don't know. So finally I opened it and like, but yeah, it matches my KitchenAid. I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to finish those cookies tomorrow and show you tomorrow when I mess with that icing. I mean, it's just icing, but I'm gonna, babe, you want your chocolate? Gonna get, you said you don't want his chocolate. Did you hear that, Amber? You said you don't want your chocolate? Well, fine. You want a chocolate? It's just me. Anyway, I'm gonna get the chocolate. And I guess I'll put his on the counter for when he feels like it. And then I'm gonna go shower and go to bed because I have an appointment early tomorrow.